Hello, and welcome to Pwnery's Kicking It Old School. And as you can see, this is not Dragon Warrior 5, which I bet many of you thought I was going to go straight into after Dragon Warrior 4. I thought I'd give you guys a break, and instead do my best impression of Garrison Keillor, because this is not Guy Noir, Private Eye. No, this is L.A. Noir. This game came out, I want to say back in 2011, which makes this game 12 years old. And since we're kicking it old school, this is probably the newest, quote, old school game that I'm going to feature on the channel so far. Why did I pick it? Admittedly, I remember a time where I saw the commercials for this game and I thought, oh my god, they finally did a 1940s game. And I couldn't wait for it. But at the time that the commercials aired, it was console only. And by then, I had already been deeply invested into the PC Master Race. So, I didn't know that this game went to PC months later. It sort of fell off my radar. My life was very complicated when this game came out. It's still complicated today. Anyway, as you can see, it says resume. I actually played this game all the way to its conclusion the weekend before I began recording this, which is why I selected it for Kicking It Old School, because I love it. And unfortunately, at the end of this playthrough, I will give you my thoughts, because this franchise had a tragic ending, which is unfortunate because, man, was it good. Every bit of this game, I think, was slightly ahead of its time, because first-person shooters and the like, or third-person over-the-shoulder views, really haven't changed much since this. Like, this still feels somewhat modern to me, the way it plays, and I like it. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to use a walkthrough where I nail it out of the park and get meritorious conclusions to every mission, because I forgot how to make certain choices when you do these investigations. But that's good, because you get a more honest rendition of the game from me, instead of a perfect playthrough. That's no good. Also, this has all of the DLC content in it, so I get all the extra missions, or sorry, extra cases, which I didn't know that until after I beat it, and I realized, oh, this was the complete edition. So, cool. I probably won't have any interruptions as we play it, because I didn't link it to anything, and I'm DND'd on my social media, so we should be able to do that. And I will play it in color. You can pick noir mode where it's all in black and white, but no. This game is colored and animated beautifully. The skin textures are a little weak, but the animation of facial features and descriptions and enunciations was epic. They used, I think it was 32 different angles of motion capture for the voice actors, and truth be told, I recognized every character that was a Hollywood actor that was used in this game. Like, they did a very good job rendering these guys and women, even for 2011 standards. So we're going to go ahead and start a new playthrough, because I've already beat the game. And I'm going to... do I want to skip the tutorial cases? No. Let's just do the whole thing. Why not, right? Now, if I remember right, I've got the subtitles on.
A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile. The car. The symbol of freedom and vitality.
Whoever made this game was a car person, because there are 95 brilliant choices of cars that you can drive in this game.
Where every man can own his own home and have room to breathe.
There is one anachronism.
By his neighbors.
The Tucker Torpedo is in this game. But I just loved seeing the cars in the game and naming them. Like that, for instance, is either a Chrysler Windsor or a Town and Country. I believe that's a Town and Country.
A city of opportunists.
the narrator here, you may recognize his voice because he was the Burning Man
Where Hollywood will shape
in
the thoughts and desires of the entire
Fallout New
planet.
Vegas. I didn't know he was Polish. And if you look at his face, the real man,
The city of
that guy could be Commissioner Gordon. That guy right there is supposed to be Howard Hughes. And for those of you who didn't know, Hollywood was originally called Hollywood Land before, I think, an airplane crashed into the sign and destroyed the land part. Pretty neat bits of history.
A city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems. A 20th century city that will become a model for the world. A city that has no boundaries, that will stretch as far as the eye can see.
I read a review on this game, and it said that the actual star of the game is the city of Los Angeles,
In the
1947,
Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made,
because
but you
they
deal with them.
nailed it.
You know what you're fighting
look.
for and that you're on the same team. But dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling caller 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective, an ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street. Unit 16 William, request uniform assistance for an evidence search. 14 Adam, code 2.
Roger, 14
We're the
Adam en
driver.
route.
Here we go.
Here we go again. They don't request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch. Ever the optimist. From the beam of sunshine himself.
The use of the siren causes the civilian population to move out of your way, but they're very slow to respond. So sometimes I'll go without blues and twos.
Floyd Rose, homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir. Phelps and Dunn, Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took
You are
place
Cole
down this
Phelps.
alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue. Witness says a tall
The best
white
part
guy,
of playing
our
this
shooter,
a second
put two in
time
the Vic's
is I'm
head and then
catching the
drew his
nuances
piece.
of
I
future
need you
parts
guys
of
to
this
try and
game
recover the
that I
gat.
didn't recognize
to
in the
look anywhere in
beginning. Like
particular?
there's somebody
Give it
here
your
in
best
this
shot,
in this
guys.
scene
The dead guy's
that
a
we'll
low
see
life.
later.
I'm not expecting any miracles here.
And if we recover the weapon?
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
I giggled like a schoolgirl when I saw
This is
that
a fist hump.
when I
just going
replayed
through the
this
motions.
as I replay this
Probably right. Let's just
because
get it over and
I
done.
know what's going to happen
All right,
now, and I'm
have
like,
it your way. We'll search right
I
up to the back
recognize
wall.
something here.
If you still don't come up with anything, come find me and we'll talk it out. Two heads are always better than one.
Okay, so we are looking for evidence of a shooting here. We basically drew the short end of the stick, and they're like, "Here, you do this
Look at this junk.
bitch work," basically. So what we're doing is we're looking for clues and evidence, and essentially what's going to happen is the tech tips up at the top will tell you. But I didn't pay
Not my
attention to those
job
too
pick
well.
through other people's
So what I
trash.
ended up doing is I turned on this feature where it shows a magnifying glass icon. Makes it a little easier because as you walk by something, you'll see it. And it'll light up on the screen. So we're still just looking for clues. He's got the right side, that's why I'm over here on the left.
Jesus. Cole, come take a look at this.
See that? The magnifying glass? And if you miss it, you just go back and forth. And then you just click, and then it does the cutscene here.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
Let's take a
Doesn't
look
really
around.
matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
Okay. So here's your notebook here, and essentially what you want to do is, if I'm at this location, right, it says alleyway crime scene. So I have to do things here, and one thing I didn't catch until later on is if you stage clear, you cross out the location. So right now, I can't do that because I'm still looking for things. But that's one way you can tell if you were thorough enough yet. So, for instance, my guy covered the left. I mean, I can go back over here and sort of like check his work.
What have you got, Phelps? Anything?
See? Like he left this behind. And not everything's going to pertain to your case. So like he's like probably nothing. What I'm doing here is I'm pressing the arrow key so I can manipulate things around.
I tell you, I'm jinxed.
It becomes
I always
more
get landed
important
with
later.
This crap.
Like I can check out this here truck. I thought this was a
We're never gonna
Chevrolet,
find it. It's a waste of time.
but I can't make out the logo from this view. When you get in a vehicle for the first time that you unlock it as you play, it'll tell you at the top left corner. Ah, here we go. So these are newspapers. I did not catch this the first time. So if I pick it up, you can click this and you'll see the story behind the news article. And I think there's 14 or 16 of these,
Dr. Fontaine, could I have a word?
which
Of
I
course,
completely
young
missed the
man.
first time I
really
played this.
enjoyed your lecture, Doctor. Psychiatry seems to have a tremendous amount to offer.
Why, thank you. I'm always happy to receive acknowledgement for my work. The mind is the last great mystery in medicine. Are you thinking of specializing, Mr.
Sheldon, or Courtney Sheldon. I'm only in second year, Doctor. They fast-tracked me a year because of my experience during the war.
Ah,
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Battle fatigue and collapse under duress. Can it be helped?
I would say yes, given the right set of circumstances. Trauma forces the mind to close down, retreat in on itself. We try to find ways to unlock the mind again through a combination of therapy and drug treatment. Hypnosis and therapy are powerful tools in the right hands, Sheldon.
I've been to visit some of the guys at the VA hospital.
That was my dog
friend
shaking
of
right up
mine.
against my mic, sorry.
He's so far away. It's like he's wandering
You
around.
went through a lot together.
Yes, Doctor.
Give me his details and I'll make a prognosis. I have a number of clinics in Los Angeles, Courtney Sheldon. And your penance, for your friend's help, is to come and work at one of them in your spare time. With what little spare time a medical student has. Is that a deal?
Is it ever? I can't thank you enough.
I'm not promising a cure, Courtney. I want you to remember that. Every physician has patients that he cannot hope to cure, for whom he can only smooth the path to death.
I was a psychology major with a criminal pathology background, and that guy in that sequence just now creeps me out. Don't worry, we'll see more of Dr. Harlan Fontaine.
Junk.
I didn't see if it actually told me I unlocked a newspaper this time. I'll have to check it in the replay, but there it is. Okay, so it's still telling me about my collecting newspapers from my other playthrough. So there's 13 total. It's not going to affect our gameplay any, though. It's just achievement numbers, I suppose. So anyway, that gives you an idea of how the clues work. Funny thing is, it keeps showing me these beer bottles, so it's like, if they're nothing significant, when you start going to like, start solving multiple crimes in a sequence, you'd have to start thinking, maybe there is something to this, because whoever's doing all these crimes are drinking the same beer every time. But it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff you're gonna pick up that you're not gonna need. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. If you notice when I walk up to a new clue, the piano hits 2 keys, but when you go back to it, it only hits 1 key. It's kind of its musical cue. Ah, I see a gun in the reflection.
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
A reflection in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right, don't hurt yourself.
Cool. Oh, it was off of that that window there. I bet this bottle's gonna make that thing go off again. Yep. He's gonna
Guns
tell you
up
it's
on the
junk.
roof, right? So we need to find a way up.
Oh, let's
What
climb
kind
the
of
drain
chumps
pipe.
do these homicide guys think we are?
Apparently we're the kind of chumps that climb drain pipes and do their dirty work for them. There it is. This is the other thing. Like, if you've gone through my other content, you know I'm a bit of a gun guy. So I'm actually really
How you doing, Cole?
kind of fascinated
Found
by
it
the
yet?
fact that they went through enough level of detail here. So when you manipulate a weapon like this, or a clue, if you turn it just right, it'll zoom in to give you more detail.
I don't even want to think about what that
That.
smell is.
Smith & Wesson, serial S71893.
Kind of amazing is the serial number sequence is kind of how Smith & Wesson does it. So kudos to the developer, you know, when they did that, they actually got it right. And then you left click here and it even expands further details. So he'll swing the cylinder open. And the animation
2 rounds fired.
is actually quite
Instead of dropping it
accurate,
down a drain, our shooter
where you take
hoists
your
it
middle
up
finger
here.
and you push it in from the right
Interesting
side to
guy.
flip it out to the left. Which I think is just pretty creative. They even went and bothered to do the head stamps. 357 Magnum. Put that down.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave town.
Funny thing is, we leave the gun behind,
You
right?
have the gun, Cole.
The thing is
Let's take
when
it
you
back to
find a
Central.
clue
We
like
could
that,
get a
it
commendation.
technically assumes that you
Show
picked
some
it up for
initiative,
evidence,
Ralph.
even though it
See if we
shows you
can come
putting
up
it
with
back
an owner.
down.
That's a long shot, Cole.
Or
It's pretty
later on
fancy
when you
gun.
become, you know,
You know a local gun
when you
store?
get advanced
Sure.
and like becoming
There's
a
a place a
detective or
couple of
whatnot.
blocks from here.
I guess they assume that you leave it down there so someone else can pick it up, like technical services or whatever they called it. Oh yeah, open the notebook. Alright, so now we need to go to the gun store. So you see how the alleyway crime scene got crossed out? It's because we actually satisfied enough of its requirements. Otherwise, if I click this and it was still lit up, I should walk around and look for more things. So now we're going to the gun store, and we can set it as destination here.
Are you
then
sure
we just
about
make
this?
our way
It's
back
not
to the
really
car.
our gig.
No harm in doing some digging. The suits didn't
So now
seem to get
Phelps
much
is
of
like
that.
taking initiative.
a
We
little
were
Boy
only
Scout,
asked to
Cole.
collect
You
evidence,
can't wait to get out of that uniform,
but
can
now
you?
he's like, nah,
rather
let's
round up
go
drunks
ahead
and help
and
old
look
ladies
up
across
some
the
more
road?
stuff. I can take
I'd
that
rather get
police
through
car
the
over
day
there,
without the
or I can
captain's
walk
foot
back to our
up my
cruiser
ass.
over here.
It'll be fine, Ralph. You worry too much.
First time I played this, I took the car on the left, but I'll do it the right way this one time. Ford, or that's a Chevy Fleetline. That I believe is a 37 Nash because it has a square headlights. The only year that they did them. It's crazy. Like the level of detail is actually quite good. All right, so now my destination is set. The yellow flag on the map. I can go to the main map like this, and it can also show me my destination here, and I can zoom out, and it appears that all of the stuff that I had unlocked in my previous playthroughs are actually still on the map, so sort of disregard. But in your playthrough, what's going to happen is you will gain experience and gain levels, and as you gain levels, it will unlock items on the map for you. So for instance, as I drive through the city, it would show me these points of interest. But the other thing is if you level up, it'll actually show you the locations of hidden vehicles. And there's 15 in the game. I've already, in my other playthrough, made it through so far that I've unlocked all the hidden vehicles. And I think what I'll do, just for fun, is go pick up one of them before, like now. I'll go to the gun shop first, though. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can go and look at the map, or you can drive around. Hitting the siren's pointless because we're going to a gun shop right now, so there's no point. But it's just telling me all the different options. The other thing I can do is I can ask my partner for directions as we're driving, and he will tell me, like,
Go right just now.
so I can make this right here. And as we go on, he'll tell me,
Straight on.
right? So I don't have to like stop and look at the map.
Stay
I
on
can just
this
keep
road.
doing this, And he can just keep telling me what to do.
Go straight over.
Like that. Usually I don't do that unless I'm in a big hurry. I just kind of keep the mini-map in my peripheral vision, and I just start driving towards it. Like, it may not be the most direct route, but I will get there. Hey, 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 hey. If I hit the sirens, they would have actually got out of my way.
Left here.
Oh, he wants me to go left here. In the beginning, there's a lot of cars, like, repeating itself as you drive around. But I suspect because of my other playthrough and unlocking everything that you'll get a better variety of vehicle on the map as we're driving right now. But in the beginning, like, there's only a certain number of vehicles that you'll see in certain parts of town or whatnot. There we go. 24-hour shooting gallery. If only. Alright, so here we go. Hey, what am I doing? Go in the gun shop. Gold-handled doors.
Officers Phelps and Dunn.
Basically, are like
Can
the
you tell us
clues that
anything
you
about
can
this gun?
walk
Smith &
into
Wesson,
something.
Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for 357, nickel-plated with pearl grips.
Guy knows his
Same
stuff.
gun used by General Patton.
You're not
story.
suggesting he's the owner.
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino.
No, it won't.
These babies
No,
are only
it
available
won't.
special order. Here's my Smith & Wesson order book.
You mind if I
It'll
take a look?
piss one off,
My
though.
guest. This is about something bad, right?
Orders.
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole.
All right.
You see it on there?
Let's see. Model 25. Nope. 25. 14. 22. 17. 27. Nickel checkered walnut grip. Nope. We need pearl grips. Okay, let's go over here. Model 27, 4-inch barrel, polished nickel pearl grip. I mean, think of the attention to detail and the serial number. So here it is, and I have to tap it. There.
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder.
Schroeder.
203 South Glass Street. Ordered the gun in February
It's
46.
a charmid.
Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime. Always happy to help out the LAPD.
Alright, here we go. Let us go
Do we
see
call
Herr
it in?
Schroeder.
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound.
38 Buick.
Either way, Gunga then.
Alright, so gun store crossed out because it was an easy one. Schroeder's apartment. Let's go find out. I love this like dragnet type music here. So there's still no point in me going blues and twos. Chief among, or major reason is we don't have any lights. We don't have those like freaking siren, or we don't have flashing lights yet. Only siren. It's gotta be weird, right? Ooh, sorry. That'll buff out.
Oh, Jesus, my paint job!
Oh, calm down, Karen.
Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? Just
barely
because
bumped
we're in
into a rocket
uniform
88.
doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be
I
true.
think I missed my turn.
One of a kind
It's okay.
murder weapon bought locally using a real name. If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.
I'm gonna look at the main map right quick. Where am I? I'm here. Okay, so it's not even close to where we're headed. No, I'll spare you that. I want to show you a vehicle, not those two, although they are cool. Stout Scarab's kind of hard to see around because it's so big. Phantom Corsair is kind of cool. Which, I believe I want to say the president of Kodak Film designed that car. It's a one-off. There is no shortcut buttons for turn signals, which I found kind of irritating. Brake lights work, as you can see. See how they kind of glow up? But turn signals don't work. The NPC cars' turn signals work. Just not mine. I checked the settings and it's just not something we get to use. Herr Schroeder's apartment. Right. Now we came in quiet. We didn't roll up with the sirens blaring and everything, so he doesn't even know we're here. Ooh, there's a LaSalle sedan right there. The grill is a dead giveaway. If you're a car guy, you know it's a dead giveaway. Apparently hot rodders like the manual transmissions from them too. Alright, so we want to see what his apartment number is. Herr Schroeder lives in apartment 2.
Apartment 2.
They didn't put the little umlauts above the O, but that's how you pronounce it. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay, gold doorknob, and he's right here.
What do you guys want? I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be.
What of it?
What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this.
Oh,
Ready, tough guy?
yeah, we'll whoop that ass. Remember, Phelps was a Marine, a fighting Marine. I don't even block. Like, I never give him a chance. Can I grapple him? It's not. Oh yeah! Usually you have to wait for it to tell you that. But I know the button, so
Ralph,
that's how you end
right?
a fight pretty quick.
I'm fine. I
Grab
hardly
him,
felt it.
headbutt him, freaking sucker
lucky he
punch
caught
him
me
on the
off guard.
ground.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna take a look around.
Alright, so now I get to investigate his place. This is before Maser forensics too, obviously. Like, we're just touching everything with our hands, no gloves on. What do we got here? Bunch of numbers.
List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation. Or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner.
Sounds painful.
And leave the book where you found it.
Nah, I don't think I will.
Officer Phelps,
I guess we did.
1247, requesting.
Aren't we Boy Scouts? Then throughout the game you get some flashback sequences of your time as a Marine to kind of give you backstory of who you are and why certain things are the way they are. Well, you're not quite a Marine yet.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe.
I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
Didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps.
Kelso.
Merrill.
OCS. We're supposed to be
Any other
officers, and this
gentlemen for
freaking boot
OCS?
is talking all this shit because we're not actually
OCS
officers
is at Elliott.
yet.
You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
What a dick.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You'd heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no sitting on the fence. You have to choose sides.
They picked
Brown
the perfect
paper envelope
person for
or a
narration.
Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identifying code 3.
Let's take it.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from here.
14 Adam calling KGPL. We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger, KGPL. 14 Adam en route.
Let's get him. Armed robbery. So, you can have the throttle pinned here, but people will try their best to get out of your way. But they're slow to react. Looks like we're going right here.
The cops are here. We gotta move it.
Another kind of interesting thing is Phelps carries his... Oh, that's right. Shotguns. So we're behind cover right now. But what I can do...
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Oh, you ain't getting the electric chair. That would imply that I'm letting you go. And that's not going to happen.
Try for the front door. Keep your goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps.
Yeah, they're real big on using cover.
We don't know how many are in there.
I'm not really about that
Take it
life.
slow.
You can tell I took a hit.
Backup will be here soon.
I don't need no damn backup. I got a shotgun. Let's go ahead and get them to poke out.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance to...
chance, copper. You come any closer, we'll cut you in half.
Yeah, let's see how that works out for you. Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Stay down.
Bad choice of distance.
Stay in cover.
Yeah, no good. Ooh, in your face! Right there. He's had Thompson, too. Pop up. See what happens to you. Can I shoot you through? Yep. Oh, brained him.
That's it? We got them all? I think we got them.
We? What's this we
Should be
crap?
all
I
clear.
got him. I got him. Oh.
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you
Great.
reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or wearing a citation. So I guess...
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there.
We're both rookies, by the way.
Glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner.
Look at that, instilling confidence in your partner. He didn't do shit.
This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive it first, Cole. Here are the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future...
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
Rivalry.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
Two very differing opinions on how to lead.
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. In my case, you can add the war to that.
Yeah, that's kind of...
I know
I've
that,
got an
Mom.
opinion on that.
Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Oh, you want me to hoof it, huh?
Stop! LAPD! You can go screw yourselves.
Why, you
Fine.
watch it! He's hiding in the alley!
You don't say. Oh, you really did bring the car.
Hold it right there!
Yeah, ain't gonna
Stop
happen.
now or I will shoot!
This guy's
I
gonna
won't
kick
tell
me in
you
the
again,
face.
Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn! Watch your fire!
Yeah, no kidding.
You don't want to do this,
Freaking
Wendell.
partner.
Get down from there right now!
That guy ain't gonna
Give it up,
listen,
Wendell.
man.
Stay the hell away from me!
I don't think so. You're coming with me. See? That's what happens when you get too close.
Ask for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we fighting now.
Go away, I'm going back inside.
Where'd he go? Oh, he jumped down here.
I've done my time.
You ain't done
It's
enough
over,
time.
Bowers!
You assholes already screwed me once.
You can screw that jump up, and then you
Give
do
it up,
sing
Bowers!
all
There's
over
nowhere
again.
left to go!
Clothesline.
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves.
Yeah, how's that gonna work out for you? Should have probably thought about who you're picking a fight with. Boom. Whoop his ass. Bam!
What you doing, Wendell?
Sit down.
Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
No, you were evading the Japs.
Part of the tradition of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor.
Oh boy.
Esprit de Corps, Merrill, 10. Franklin, 8. Weiss, 8. Donahoe, 6. Kowalski, 6. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 2. Leadership, Donahoe, 8. Franklin, 7. Merrill, 6.
Apparently, Kelso's
Kowalski,
not
6.
very good at his
Weiss,
job.
5. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 1.
Candidate Kelso!
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in the schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office, now!
Mm-hmm. Quiet man who never walks away from a fight. Okay. Caveat emptor to the
For
buyer
every
beware.
cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, the get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one goal.
Alright. Man runs toward a fight.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
It's got 3 holes in them.
Stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment.
Who are these guys?
Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
All right, let's check out the body.
Broad daylight, crowded street. Now I've seen everything.
Hey, we're just like grabbing on this guy. Let's check his arms. Nothing in his hands. All right, let's look at the other one. You can kind of watch where he's pointing to figure out what you're wanting him to look at. Nothing in that hand. Okay. Let's check his face. You can hear the neck bones. Hear it? Okay. If he doesn't say anything, then you're not gonna find anything. All right. Let's check his pockets. There's 2 pockets. See? Let's check the left one and the right one. Nothing in that pocket. Uh-huh. Bank of Arcadia. His name is Galetta. Looks like this is a receipt for some pearl earrings. Payments made. So I guess this was like a layaway thing. He was down to an $8 balance.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Okay. So that's all we're gonna find on this guy.
All
'cause
right. Yes, it's a dead person.
There's no other things to search. So next thing we gotta do is go inside and question
We
witnesses.
should make sure we've checked the whole crime scene before questioning the witness.
Ah, see, that was a clue right there. Don't go farting around just yet. Let's take a quick look around. Uh-huh. What do we got here? Fabrique Nationale? Yep.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
This could be a
Eagleson's gun store's a
32.
couple blocks from here.
Okay. Wait, there's another clue. Right? Yep, casings. 32.
Shell casings. These look like 32s.
Can't see the head stamp on these. I actually like 32 ACP. It's kind of
This guy in
funny
the crowd thinks
because
he
I'm a
saw
big
something,
bore guy,
Cole.
but
You better take
it's
a
not the
statement.
caliber that I'm a fan of. It's all the weird guns
Don't
that
you
are
people have
designed in
anything
it.
better to do?
Like I have a collection of them that I'm working on. All right, so is that all the clues we've got for this particular scene? I think, right?
Show's over. Keep moving on.
Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
Ah,
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
all right. There we go. So we have an
Speak
eyewitness.
to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. If you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful. Verbally, of course. Don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit.
Yep.
And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
All right. Let's go do that. Let's see. Where is she?
Can I help you, sir?
There she is.
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss, Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
Everett
You are?
Gage.
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Ah, so the receipt's yours. All right, so now we have to ask questions to the eyewitness account. All right, so this is the only question we have to ask so far.
Do you think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
So you have to watch their body language. And now you get three options. Either she's telling the truth, you're not so sure, or you can just flat out call her a liar. But look at her face. Look how she's looking around, darting her eyes and everything. She's hiding something from you. Now, you get these intuition points where you can remove one of the incorrect answers, but you can also refer to your notebook, right? So you can look at this. Now, I can accuse her of lying of what's going on. This isn't going to help me here. This might, because it's in her name, but it's in his pocket. The gun's not going to help us accuse her of anything, because she's not the shooter as far as I can tell. And the casings aren't going to make any mention either, because she described the shooting. So the only thing I can work on her is the layaway voucher. If I accuse her of lying to me about what she just told me about the situation. So right now, there's nothing I can say she's lying about, except I can doubt and then try to break her.
I'm having a hard time believing
Incorrect.
that, young lady. You want to be taken to a police cell?
You're hardly any older than me. Don't you dare talk to me that way.
So now she's pissed off.
A man is dead, Miss Scaletta, and it's a criminal offense to lie to a police officer. I will take you downtown.
Get out. Get out right now. Send in one of the other policemen if you must, but I won't say another word to you.
So technically, I screwed that up. She was telling the truth about what she saw. There was nothing for me to actually break her on. So this made the case a little bit harder.
We have the murder weapon? No murderer. Girl saw it all, but she clammed up on it. We can trace the gun.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from
So
here.
now we have to work
Thinking what
this
I'm
angle
thinking.
because I
Tate,
couldn't get any
maintain the
answers out of
perimeter.
her. So let's go do that. It doesn't matter. You can fail every check and still solve the crime. It just makes your job harder. So now we got to go to the gun store. And we can go ask questions. So it's behind us. Let me see where we are on the map. We're here. Gun store's over here. There's a car I want to pick up. It's pretty far away, isn't it? See, that's my favorite car. Let's indulge me. I'm going to go pick up one of the hidden cars just to show it to you. And I'm going to show you my favorite one. So let me just mark this on the map as such. Because there's no time limit on this mission anyway. Okay, so let's go that way first. And he'll tell me directions.
Go straight over the intersection.
Because I selected
What did I tell you about going too hard on the witness? She's a store assistant, not a prisoner of war.
Is that supposed to be funny?
I'm just saying that sometimes you need to pour some sugar on these broads. A little bedside manner can go a long way.
And since when are you
This game
the
is
expert?
not PC.
We got the murder weapon, didn't we?
You shouldn't dole it out if you can't take it, Phelps. She was a looker, though. Tell me I'm wrong.
No wonder you're suddenly so obsessed with bedside manner.
Yeah. So, what I can do to help my cause of getting things done quickly is turn on the sirens. What'll happen is if the car can get out of your way, it will turn to the right. Move. Or they'll just sit there so you can get around them. Sometimes they'll just hit the turn signal and move over. So try not to pass the cars on the right if you're on blues and twos, because you will rear end them. They don't leave you much of a gap to work with. And I can run every red light. See how they're all moving to the right? That guy wants to make a left-hand turn. That guy's trying to get out of the way. See, that guy could be making his left, but he's waiting. because I got the siren on. If I didn't have the siren on, they would go ahead and make their turn and just cut me off. Because I gave them no indication that I was in a hurry. See? Thank you. See how they're moving? Look at that. And yeah, you can damage the car. I'm trying really hard not to right now. You could be naming all the cars you see, like, oh, Packard 8 right there. '41 Buick. I had a '41 Buick in real life. That one's easy for me to spot. Lincoln Zephyr. That was a LaSalle. I love that. I get to geek out on cars while I'm playing a game of period correctness. Another '41 Buick. Accord sedan. I think I saw a Chevy Fleetline. GMC, nope, Chevrolet 1-ton. Tow truck, Chevy, another Chevy tow truck. Anyway, you get the idea. I can geek out on cars while I'm playing this. Quite fun to do. There's a couple of odd ones in here too. Nash 600s are kind of cool. DeSoto's in here. The Cord. There's a Delahaye. Like, there's a lot of cool cars in this game. I'm about to show you the coolest one, in my opinion. I mean, the Cords are awesome too, but I figured since this will probably be the last case we do for this particular episode, I'll go ahead and fart around a little bit with an extracurricular activity. Oh, that guy actually backed up. That's cool. There's a DeSoto right there in front of me. Big grill, dead giveaway. Lincoln Continental, Mark 1. Sedan and convertibles in this game. Really cool. Big difference too. Another DeSoto. Another Lincoln. I am taking us way out of the way of that original case, by the way. Not really sure they got the engine sounds right, but they're okay. You gotta forgive it. I mean, it is a 12-year-old game. I'm surprised it even has this much stuff in it. Alright, get out of the way. Thank you.
Take the next left.
I don't want to. I'll take this one. Actually, I'm not taking this one either, because I happen to know that to get to this car, you have to cut through a parking lot, which I believe is this one here. Yeah. Turn that off. So hidden cars will be in garages that have that symbol on it right there. Let me just hop out right quick. Let's see if they'll let me have this car. Yep, cool. Boom. And a Tucker torpedo. This is the anachronism. This car was made in 1948. But if you look at the license plate, which I'm about to show you, 1947 registration. Now you could say new model years for auto manufacturers, but that didn't really happen until the 50s. That was a marketing gimmick started in the 50s. So this is a bit of an anachronism, but look at this ride. Let me put it out in the sunlight. Look at that. Now, one thing I can tell immediately that was different than the first time I played. The Tucker Torpedo was originally blue, like a light blue, every time I came to this garage. To have a black one, there was a character later on in the game that drives one that's black, so I'm actually kind of surprised I can have a black one here. But I like it. So what made the Tucker Torpedo so famous, aside from Preston Tucker's antics, the guy who invented this car, was almost everything about it was ahead of its time. And the big three automakers basically buried Preston Tucker in scandal, despite the fact that he didn't actually commit fraud. And the other kind of odd thing was this is a rear-engine car, like a Porsche 911. And it had this really interesting transmission called the Tucker-matic, which is actually similar to a Cord. I think actually it is a Cord transmission, at least the prototype was, because he didn't have his sorted out yet. And it was one of the first cars with safety pop-out glass in the windshields. And the center headlight actually turned with the steering wheel in real life. Not in the game, though. I forgot, there was a couple other things that really made this car stand out. But what was funny was after the big three basically buried Preston Tucker in scandal, they took all of his stuff, like his designs and things, and incorporated them into the future of their vehicles. Kind of shitty how they dealt him wrong. Technically, there are 49 made. I think they said 50, but in existence, I believe there's still only 46 left. 46 or 47 left. I believe that next to us is a Cadillac. Nope. Yes. That's a Cadillac sedanette. If you wondered why I stopped at the lights, because I don't have my police car siren. I only have a horn now. Which means these people will not get out of your way, no matter how bad you want them to. But I wanted to take this sweet ride instead of driving around in a pokey little Ford flathead police car. I got a V6 or flat 6 helicopter engine in this that was readapted to be used in an automotive thing. Like, to be able to repurpose this engine must have been a Herculean task. Alright, so let's get to our destination, which is the gun shop.
Keep going straight.
You could tell that the late 40s was a real sign of optimism for America, too, because, I mean, sure, a lot of the cars basically all looked the same shape, like the NPC cars, but that was like the design of the 40s, that style. But look at the color palette, like the two-tone paint job here, and like just the different color schemes that they would have used. You know, this is post-war, and all of a sudden, you know, they've got some exuberance to show off and attract buyers. One of the other things that happened was, you know, post-war, most of the vehicles weren't technically new. Like, they brought back the last car that they built before they had to stop and gear up for the war. So it wasn't until something like this car came out that totally shocked the world. They were like, wow, that's completely different than all these big bubble butt cars with running boards. Thanks, bro. Did a really good job not wrecking so far. I dare. Oh! You can wreck the car. You can accumulate damage. And you can disable the vehicle by accumulating too much damage.
Go straight through.
I'd like to, but all these people are in my way. Now, there's a re-release of this game with what they called the VR cases or the VR missions or something like that. And one of the cool things about that is you actually get to drive the car in first-person view. I can't. because I don't have that set up and I don't have a VR thing, but man, I really wish you could first-person view, because they actually took the time to flesh out interior details. Like I said, I mean, like, these were car people. The guys who invented this game, they were car people, for sure. It was a big part of their game. And a lot like in Grand Theft Auto, I can stop and, quote, commandeer someone else's vehicle. God damn it, Cole! Look at that. Look what you did to my Tucker, man. Damn. It's okay. There's another oddity is, in between cutscenes, the car will be healed. Or in between cases, or sections of the case you're working. Sometimes the car heals itself. It's kind of a thing I'm not a fan of. The other thing is even though I picked up this car, sometimes the game supersedes it with the original police cruiser, and this car can either be parked behind it, or the game eats it, and then you have to drive the police car that you're supposed to be driving for the story. Some of you may have recognized the Chrysler Airflows. There's a ton of them driving around right now. Those. It's kind of funny is that car came out in I think 1934, and yet it's in this game and it still looks modern. But it was a commercial failure for Chrysler because it was way too forward-thinking looking. That was a Cadillac V16 convertible we just passed up. That right there? Cadillac V16. God. You want to talk about hubris and freaking the confidence in the American way post-war. Holy crap, right? I mean, this car, a V16 Cadillac, freaking 12-cylinder Lincoln Zephyrs. How neat is that? There's a Packard 8, Packard Clipper 6. There's so many, like, there's just so much car porn here.
Straight on here.
I don't think I've ever actually commandeered a yellow cab yet. I should. Let's take the tunnel. You will turn the headlights on in the dark. See? Well, actually you can't see, but now you can. Even in the tunnel, you'll turn them on. And then you turn them off once you get back outside. It's all automatic. Kind of a nice little nuance. I wish you could turn them on and off on your own, though. Like, driving is a big part of the game, but they didn't hone in on the little details like that too much.
Take the next left.
Yep, can do. Gunshot should be right here. Nope. Here? Like I'm close enough, it should go to the cutscene, right? There it is. Alright, let's go talk to this gun shop owner.
Officers, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Kalu. Edgar Kalu was his name. Thing looked like it'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
You know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Nice. So now we have a lead to work on. And look at that, my car's fixed. Alright. Let's take the Tucker, head to the Hartfield Jewelry Store. Let's go talk to Edgar Kalu. I think there's a Dodge P8 or P7 somewhere around here. I can hop in it and get my Eddie Valiant on. Some of you know that reference. Alright, so here we are at the Hartfield's Jewelry Store. Beat cops driving a Tucker torpedo. Are you kidding me?
Officer,
my pay grade.
can I interest you in a new watch?
This
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu? No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Liar.
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole, go!
Get your ass over here.
He's getting away.
He ain't gonna get very far.
Kalu, get back here! There he is.
Okay, so I have to draw on him and get this bar up high enough to where he'll stop. Like that.
Stop or I will shoot.
Oh, I'm still carrying a revolver because I'm a beat cop. I don't get to carry my personal weapon.
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
Dang. Got him.
The case that makes you and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths.
Oh boy.
The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
Irish
God's
captain.
mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, Boyle, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
Hell yeah.
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time, and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter.
Yeah, this is before civil
How are you
rights.
feeling, lad?
Clearly.
Fine, sir.
Like, yeah, let's
Very
go beat
good.
the truth out of him.
The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Yeah, we're on the spot now. There's gonna be some.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
There's gonna be some
A
racial
lawyer
stuff
can't
in
help you,
here.
Mr. Kalu.
It's just part
Shot
of the
a
game.
man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
All right, so let's ask him about the shooting incident.
Let's talk about the shooting. Do you deny shooting Everett Gage? I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
Look at him, shifty eyes. I'm gonna use doubt. Oh, I'm gonna use an intuition. Just well, not this one yet. I'll show you an intuition check in a minute. But he hasn't said anything yet that I can say he's lying, so I'll just do doubt.
You blew a man out of his socks over an empty
Really?
grudge, you son of a bitch. Do you think I have sympathy for you? That's the way. Keep needling me. Try the rough stuff, and my lawyer will be making an official complaint. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're
So
done.
I screwed that up.
Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
Right? Now here's the good thing. Since this is the first
You
mission,
disappoint me, Cole Phelps.
you can do it over.
Get
You
back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
See? So now I get to do it all over again. You don't get this luxury every time.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
So we know the wrong answer this time, but
Let's
I'm going to
talk
use the
about the
intuition
shooting.
anyway.
Do you deny shooting Everett Gage?
I'm a businessman. I run a jewelry store. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure my lawyer can clear all this up.
Now, I have the gun, and I have the caliber, and I know it's registered to him. So, technically, I should be able to bust him on a lie, but I'm going to use the intuition since I have 5 points. I'm going to remove an answer, and now I have truth and lie. So I'm going to hit lie this time.
You deny owning a Browning pistol, serial number 01138.
I owned a gun, yes, but it was stolen in a burglary a couple years ago. You can't prove I used my gun on Gage.
Now I can, because I know that the murder weapon was serviced because of the gun owner, or the gun shop.
You had the gun cleaned and bought a new box of ammunition. The store owner remembers you and where you worked.
Is that so?
Yep.
It's amazing what the Nebbishes will recall when it suits them.
So he's using religious references.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, let me check my notebook. And let's see, what can I use to do this one? I have the layaway voucher, but I think I was supposed to use that on the girl, so that's useless to me right now. I've already used these. Tell you what, let's use another intuition because I don't want to screw this up a second time. Okay, so now I can say truth or doubt, so I'm going to use doubt.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stump Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Here we go.
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
You're gonna need it. Got the confession. Look at that look on his face. He's like, I screwed up.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps. Isn't it, lad?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, Boyle. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
Oh, we're moving on up. Yup. Prepare for reassignment. Unfortunately, we're a little over time, and we are out of time for the day. So this was Pwnery's Kicking It Old School, Season 3, Episode 9. And if you like what you see, at the time I recorded this game is on sale on Steam right now for $6. It's worth every penny. You should totally get it. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome, but if you're a regular here, welcome back. Either way, check out my other playlist and see if my other interests might be of interest to you. I suspect for Kicking It Old School, this will be a hit with you guys, so we're going to play this one through, because it's a bit of a long game, but we'll get through it, I'm sure. Anyway, until next week, we'll see you later, and obviously, you will see more of LA Noire. See ya.